So what's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video on the channel. Inside of today's video we have the brand new update already. Maintenance wasn't too long and it's already 10 AM and we've got all this fresh content. So as soon as you log in, you get this daily calendar. Make sure you log on daily to get the last pin. I've got to remember, I mean, I play Brawl Stars every day and record every day, so it won't be too hard for me. Just for you guys, make sure you remember some good gifts on that road. And then of course a lot of new things as well. With the update, we've got star drops, which I think you need to win, is it 8 games? It's something like that, but we need to collect all these rewards. I'll be playing Phoenix Crow later on in the video as well, because these pins are fire. Wow, they're actually magnified as well. I noticed that straight away. I guess that's just so you get a better look of the pins, so I may as well collect all of these quickly. Let me see this one might be pretty fire. Okay, that is pretty sick. The Phoenix Crow skin definitely is really good. So before we jump into things, then make sure you're using a creator code. That'd be greatly appreciated. We're going to be testing the meta today. Let's hop right into it. Guys, jumping into the first game then. So the first thing I wanted to test out pretty much instantly was the brand new Maisie change. So Maisie had 3 buffs with the last set of balance changes, and by far the brawler that probably got changed the most with the updates. So you're going to have to ignore the bit of laggy gameplay. By the way, I completely broke my connection. I got someone fixing it today, hopefully. But that's the reason why I couldn't stream. But anyway, Maisie received a few buffs. So the first one was with her projectile speed increasing, so the wind up for her attack just goes a lot faster, so it's just going to hit opponents much easier basically. And then her gadget dash actually changed directions, which was a really nice change, because basically a lot of the times, well, pretty much every dash in the game was forward right, but Maisie's was backwards, so it's really awkward. And it was just awkward to pull off, because normally people would just use the extra dash to get in range and then super the opponent, just like I can do with this Rico, even though I literally just missed a point blank one, so that is pretty damn bad on my behalf. So both people on both teams using the brand new Phoenix Crow skin, so I guess I don't have to try that out at the end of the game. Let's just try and heal up here, but it's pretty hard when your Wi-Fi is so inconsistent. It's hard to really truly show who is completely meta, but 1920 damage, sorry, from that main attack is pretty good. I'm still using the Tremors star power. Maybe the other star power might be better now for that extra 20% damage. Still got our super to hand here. We're just going to wait a few seconds. And there was another buff as well. Actually, no, we already spoke about it. The 10% increase in damage to the star power. So Maisie, in turn, getting 3 buffs, which will definitely put her in a much nicer spot in the meta. So we can see here, we're kind of getting ran through by the enemy Maisie. Maisie as well, like, definitely has potential to be one of the best brawlers in the game easily. She actually has a really quick unload speed, so that's why I think it could be pretty dangerous. Like, you can just spam out 3 shots pretty much instantly, and that can do a ton of damage. So definitely one thing you got to be careful about when facing off against a Maisie. So looking for the pinch with our Mortis. Rico is really weak. We're able to get him down, and it's actually just so easy to hit opponents now. It's kind of crazy. Unfortunately, the slow is going to make us pretty weak, but that's going to be the first one. Only 20 seconds left of the game, and I can already just get the feeling of Maisie, and I just know for sure that's just going to be a super strong brawler. So we're going to use our dash here, hopefully to close the gap, but there's just no chance. These guys are keeping the ball and playing like it's the world finals right now. So that's going to be Maisie. I think she's going to be one of the best brawlers in the game easily. Let's hop into the next one. All right, guys, so jumping into the next change, which I think might have the biggest impact in the meta, it has to be with Gray's star power. So before, this used to deal 25% damage reduction at maximum health, but now it's gone to 50%. So in the sneak peeks, you guys probably saw that it was 75%, and straight away, me and a few other people as well just knew that this combination would be too broken. Basically, like with some brawlers, you'd have to require an extra 2 ammo to take down Gray, which is just insane for a star power. The value on that is just definitely way too strong. So I'm going to test it out anyway. I think this star power will probably be the better one for other game modes like Knockout and Bounty, where you're bound to get full HP a lot more frequently, but I'm not too sure about it in the kind of other game modes. So that's why I want to really test it out. Of course, it's going to be pretty good against those high damage dealers, because it's going to allow you to tank a lot more and go in a lot more aggro. So I'm trying just to get my super right here. Unfortunately, Crow did chippers down, but yeah, it's definitely going to be in really good combination with the shield gear for sure. Just going to use gadget here on the spike, and we can use our super. Unfortunately, that the Crow star power made us not too shot by spike. That is a little bit annoying, but yeah, I think that's probably going to be one of the biggest changes. All of this, there's like a lot of nice changes to some underwhelming star powers and gadgets, but from the front of it, just from my kind of first view, I don't think any of them really are going to make like a massive change on the meta. I think the meta is still going to be pretty much the same, but I could definitely be wrong. Especially maybe there was some like underlying star powers that were underrated anyways, and now they received the buff, maybe they can be really strong. So we'll have to wait and see. Like Lola's star power, for example, I think that could be sneakily a strong star power. So nice goal there from my teammates. I should be able to get the gadget through here on the Stu. Let's try and heal up so I get that extra star power, then I can go in. You can see it reduced one of his attacks to 400, but that's not really going to help out too much. I guess it can make you just be a lot more aggressive in your nature, but again, in a game mode like Brawl, I feel like the extra 1000 healing, especially for you and your teammates, is going to get a lot more value throughout the game. It's just going to be easier to get value. That is definitely what I'm kind of looking at here. So that's going to be the next game. I think Gray's definitely going to be in a good spot in the meta anyway. He already is basically an S tier brawler, so that's going to be this buff. I think it's going to be pretty decent. Let's hop into the next one. Alright guys, so jumping into the final game, then testing out this brand new star power change with Squeak. His chain reaction star power has increased in damage by 10%. So I think it's really going to help him out in a lot of departments, especially against his biggest counters. So, you know, Squeak has already been a pretty strong brawler in the meta in some ways. I think towards the end of draft, he was a really good option. Of course, on certain maps, he was really toxic. But again, the biggest problem with Squeak is that you couldn't really draft him anywhere other than as a last pick, because he's so easily countered by any sort of aggression. Literally any aggression. It don't even matter if it's not like an assassin. As long as you're going pretty aggro on a Squeak, you're going to be able to take him down. But hopefully this damage buff should be able to do a lot more for him. So I managed to get his super onto him here. Also, this is going to help him against the squishier brawlers as well. We should just be able to run into this crow and take him down. The damage buff is just so nice, especially with the damage gear as well. On top of things, it's going to make him a sneaky strong option. So in terms of other things I want to be testing out as well in the future, of course we haven't really got time for it in this video, but other things I want to test out as well. I want to test out the Rico gadget, because I think that could actually help him against some of his biggest weaknesses. Like by far the reason why, you know, as a Rico main, I know this, the reason why he's not meta is because he's so easy to take down. Like in a 1v1, he doesn't really do that well into tanks anymore, specifically, you know, like assassins like Buzz or even like Mortis or just anyone has a lot of HP, Rico can struggle with. So I'm excited to test whether his multiple launcher actually hits anyone. That's normally the biggest problem with that gadget. It doesn't actually hit anyone, so we'll have to test that one out. But I'm excited to at least test it and see whether Rico will increase in viability at all in the meta. There's also a few other ones as well, like the Ash one. Ash technically got like a double buff in the last update already. He was one of the best brawlers in the game, so this double like star power and gadget buff is pretty scary. So I know for sure that's gonna help him a lot in the meta. Trying to think of other ones top of my head as well. Wanted to try out the B one, because Rattled Hive used to be the best gadget in the game. It used to be so broken, and I think this damage buff could actually be really strong. So unfortunately we're not really doing the best right now. I don't know, my internet connection, I don't know if you guys can see it, it's just so jittery. So hopefully I can fix it tomorrow or today, later today, and try to think of any other options as well. I think it's just a lot of like good changes. I just don't know whether they're going to impact completely the meta. Like normally you can just see quite clearly that there's some big balance changes with like the HP or rework to, you know, there's a lot bigger changes normally in updates, but this one doesn't really seem like there's a lot. So that's gonna be it for today's video, just a short one, just to really test out the meta. I mean, in comparison, I don't really think too much has really changed, except for Maisie. I think she's gonna be absolutely insane in this meta. And again, trying to look through all the other ones, I mean, Hank's probably going to be a lot weaker. Already he was pretty weak, and then they nerfed him again, so that's just one thing. And Spike could secretly start becoming a much stronger option as well, with Fertilize being a lot less squishy. But that's going to be it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.